Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like he says something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like we need to party. What is he talking about?
Instant is going off.
When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This presentation is for educational and entertainment purposes only. What if I told you the loudest voice swirling around Manhattan's federal courthouse doesn't echo off marble walls? It rips straight from 50 Cent's phone, electrifying every timeline before the gavel even falls? Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, has turned Sean Diddy Combs' Courtroom Reckoning into the ultimate entertainment crossover. Part legal thriller, part hip-hop saga, part marketing masterclass, and the strangest twist, he's managed to dominate the conversation without taking the witness stand, hiring a publicist, or setting foot inside the building. His weapon of choice is pure, undiluted influence. Memes, captions, and a decade-long rivalry that now feels prophetic.
Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. Like, they would love. Like, he would say stuff, and it's like, he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible,
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
Let's rewind the tape. In the early 2000s, 50 Cent stormed onto the scene with Get Rich or Die Tryin', blasting open retail records and threatening to swallow every lane Diddy once called home. Back then, the friction looked like another rap turf war. Two moguls chasing similar money, trading sly comments about vodka and fashion lines, each insisting the other was past his prime. But underneath the bravado lay something deeper. 50 Cent believed Diddy carried secrets about the industry's darkest nights. Most famously, the tragedy that took the notorious B.I.G. Jackson planted that suspicion in interviews, lyrics, and radio freestyles until it became part of hip-hop folklore. Fans argued, journalists probed, but Diddy mostly brushed it away.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
That Cold War simmered for years. Rock versus Effin', Revolt TV versus Stars, glossy magazine covers versus gritty TV shows, until late 2023 when federal agents raided multiple Diddy-linked properties. Suddenly, whispers about misconduct turned into headline accusations, and 50 Cent saw the smoke he'd warned about for half a lifetime. He didn't wait for indictments. He picked up his phone and declared, "I told y'all." From that moment on, Jackson treated Instagram like a 24-hour news network. Every fresh allegation, screenshot, caption, post, every court filing, link in bio, breaking news emoji barrage. He called the developing case the biggest plot twist in music since the Beatles broke up, and promised followers he'd track every step. What looked like casual trolling was actually the groundwork for a larger plan, because behind the memes, G-Unit Film and Television was already negotiating a docuseries chronicling the entire saga. Think about that timing. While reporters scrambled for documents, 50 Cent quietly secured copyright clearances, lined up former Bad Boy insiders, and pitched streaming giants on an all-access expose.
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else, but I did feel uncomfortable with the way you would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah, and then that swayed me away from it, just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z? That
was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
Within weeks, Netflix greenlit the concept, betting that Jackson's knack for cliffhanger storytelling could transform complex court paperwork into binge-worthy drama. And just like that, the case had an unofficial narrator and an unofficial soundtrack, every post doubling as both social commentary and a trailer for the show still to come. As the first court date approached, Diddy's legal team tried to control the optics. Hand-picked supporters showed up in Team Love hoodies. A few fans waved signs framed for viral photos. But internet detectives soon uncovered payment receipts. Many of those cheerleaders were hired for the day, cash in hand. Jackson pounced, reposting the receipts with a smirk. $20 an hour to pretend? He laughed. I would have paid double for genuine fans. The jab exploded across hip-hop media and mainstream outlets alike, overshadowing any attempts Diddy made to project grassroots loyalty. Then came the mugshot meme. Using an AI aging filter, 50 Cent rendered a future version of Diddy in a prison jumpsuit, gray-stubbled and stone-faced. Underneath, he wrote, "Could just be a movie poster or a preview." The image broke the million-like barrier before dinner and dominated trending lists for 2 straight days. Commentators debated ethics. Lawyers debated prejudicial impact, but one truth was undeniable. One artist's Photoshop joke was outpacing all official courtroom reporting combined. Yet, for every punchline, Jackson slipped in sobering analysis. He reminded followers that prosecutors reportedly offered a plea deal early in the investigation. One Diddy rejected. When the feds pull out receipts, 50 warned, they don't bluff. That single sentence landed on entertainment news broadcasts worldwide, shaping public perception of Diddy's defense strategy more effectively than any press conference. Still, skeptics questioned motive. Was 50 Cent crusading for accountability or simply capitalizing on an old rival's downfall?
These years, you've been the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They
You're
said
a hater. You're do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying is,
it might come from
you see it now. All of these complaints.
Insiders point to a strategic trifecta. First, the docuseries. Controversy equals viewers. Viewers equal licensing fees. Second, brand alignment. Jackson has rebranded himself as television's no-nonsense truth teller, from power to for life. Diddy's woes underscore that persona. Third, sheer score-settling satisfaction. Every new development validates years of suspicion he cast while peers stayed silent. But influence is a double-edged sword. Defense attorneys quietly monitor his posts, aware that a viral meme can contaminate jury pools or inspire impromptu courtroom motions. Judge-issued warnings about extrajudicial commentary surfaced, hinting at potential gag orders for people tangentially connected to the case. 50 Cent, never one to duck a spotlight, responded with a cheeky hashtag, "try me." Inside the courtroom, prosecutors methodically present evidence, financial records, internal emails, sworn statements. The mood is clinical, procedural. Outside, Jackson translates those dry spreadsheets into punchy, unforgettable sound bites. If a former staffer testifies about unreasonable demands, 50 reframes it as, "The empire had no clothes." When a text thread reveals last-minute flights to hush a situation, he dubs it, "damage control air miles." His fans repeat those phrases in comments, turning legal minutia into viral catchphrases. He's also amplified voices long overshadowed by the glitz of bad boy nostalgia. Remember Mark Curry, the rapper who penned a memoir describing unpaid studio hours? 50 Cent reposted Curry's decade-old interview clips, pushing them into a fresh news cycle and forcing audiences to reconsider whether early red flags were ignored. Likewise, he highlighted lesser-known producers who claimed delayed royalty checks, weaving their grievances into a narrative arc about exploitation and eventual reckoning. Still, rumors swirl. Will 50 Cent ever step into that witness box? Early blog posts claimed he might possess texts or phone logs relevant to the prosecution. Team 50 denied being subpoenaed, yet he stoked intrigue by writing, If they call, I'm ready. Whether that was bravado or genuine preparedness remains unclear, but the mere possibility keeps social media buzzing. Meanwhile, Jackson's commercial instincts never sleep. Between court updates, he plugs new G-Unit merchandise, hoodies with slogans like, "Read the fine print," and "Receipts don't lie." They sell out within hours, each drop timed to coincide with major hearing dates. Detractors call it profiteering. Supporters call it brilliant guerrilla marketing. Jackson simply calls it supply and demand. As spring bleeds into summer, courtroom calendars set key milestones. June brings an evidentiary hearing that may decide which witness lists shrink or grow. July is slated for jury selection. Cameras are banned inside, but 50 Cent plans to broadcast daily recaps on Instagram Live, promising unfiltered commentary the second the bailiff says recess. Fans treat his account like a courtroom seat, spamming flame emojis and popcorn gifs whenever he teases an update. Diddy's defense, for its part, has pivoted. They downplay Jackson as a professional antagonist, blaming him for contaminating the public narrative. Yet every attempt to muzzle his influence seems to magnify it. The Streisand effect in real time. The harder you slam the door, the louder the crowd outside wants to peek through the keyhole.
He said that to you? Like,
okay.
Wow.
I get that.
like they'll speak to your temperament. Like, say, you know, if 50's a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're trying. He's basically trying to scare people out of doing deals with you. Interesting.
Behind the scenes, Hollywood executives watch closely. If the docuseries sticks its landing, 50 Cent will have proven a new model. Crowdsourcing raw footage via social media while the story is still unfolding, then packaging it into premium streaming content before the verdict even cools. Think of it as reality TV for the information age. Live drama, meme commentary, prestige post-production. Success could spawn imitations. Tech moguls, athletes, politicians. Anyone facing a public reckoning might find themselves shadowed by rival-produced docuseries before charges are finalized. Of course, there are risks. If the legal outcome diverges wildly from 50's online insinuations, credibility could shatter. Critics already warn that turning serious allegations into meme fodder trivializes real harm and fosters trial by social media. Jackson counters by citing free speech and the public's right to dissect powerful figures. And truthfully, the tension between spectacle and substance has always driven hip-hop culture, battle rap, diss tracks, record label showdowns, in which audience engagement becomes part of the art form. No matter where you stand, the scoreboard is plain. Every twist pushes Jackson further into mainstream conversation. Late-night hosts quote him. Finance podcasts analyze his marketing genius. Political commentators debate whether celebrity commentary should prompt courtroom gag orders. He's become a case study at business schools. Guest lecturers illustrate how one strategically placed meme can move stock sentiment and streaming deal valuations. And let's not forget the human element. Curtis Jackson grew up navigating Queen Street politics, survived 9 gunshots, and reinvented himself as a boardroom shark. He understands narrative power the way chess prodigies see 8 moves ahead. To him, Diddy's trial isn't just justice in motion, it's a once-in-a-generation story arc, begging for a narrator unafraid of backlash. By stepping into that role, he simultaneously revisits old wounds, validates long-voiced concerns, and leverages the moment to cement his legacy as hip-hop's uncompromising watchdog. Picture the finale. Jury instructions read, deliberations stretch into nighttime, reporters suck burnt coffee through plastic lids, and somewhere in a plush Midtown office, 50 Cent's editing team hovers over a final cut. The verdict breaks, Instagram lights up. Clipped courtroom sketches fade in, a familiar bass line rumbles beneath narration that says, "I warned you years ago." Millions press play not because cable news told them the verdict, but because Curtis Jackson framed the stakes. Whether the outcome exonerates or condemns Diddy, Jackson's footprint on the narrative is irreversible. He's blurred the line between commentator and creator, between rival and investigative correspondent. For fans, he's provided a guided tour, spotlighting patterns of power abuse across an industry once too starstruck to question its icons. For skeptics, he's a provocateur weaponizing scandal for clicks. For future moguls, he's a cautionary tale. Never underestimate a foe who understands both algorithmic engagement and old-fashioned storytelling. So, next time you scroll past a flashy all-caps caption warning, the truth is coming. Remember whose thumbs typed it and why. Behind that glowing rectangle is a man who has already mapped out the next season of the story. Whether you watch it, share it, criticize it, or try to ignore it. In a world where perception often outpaces due process, Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, has proven you don't need a subpoena to shape history. You just need Wi-Fi, relentless follow-through, and a rivalry that refuses to burn out. Because in the end, this isn't merely a courtroom battle. It's a collision of empires, a referendum on celebrity accountability, and the ultimate proof that the pen might be mighty, but a meme in the hands of a master, that's a weapon that can rewrite everything.